Hello everybody, Papa Blue Shirt here. We're still in pain, but we're gonna go anyways. And the 3,500 miles of pain. This is my 4,000 mile review. So let's not talk about my pain, but let's talk about the bike. There's where we're starting, 39.90. And we'll hook up with my route down the road a ways. And but this is what the bike looks like. And I put a FREEWHEEL on there and a chainring and crankset. I do have a shorter crankset on order. It still hasn't arrived. It's on a slow boat from China. So, but I did change the rear wheel. It wore out at about 2780, I think it was. And the front is wearing down real good too. So I'm going to be changing that here real shortly. But got my suspension seat, and I have raised my seat up really high. And I used a method called the Le Mans method to figure out my height. And it seems to be helping everything. So maybe I'm getting that all dialed in on this bike. When I got this bike, when I switched over from the H8, the tube here was so much different that it was really hard for me to figure out where I needed to put my seat. And I think that may have caused a lot of my back. But we'll talk more about that on a different video. When I get my video that says I am healed completely and I'm back to normal. Anyways, this is what the bike looks like. The route I got planned is about 50 miles. And we'll see if we can get that done today. And probably be a little more than that because it takes me a little bit. Because I don't like to have the route go right to my house in case I mistakenly make it public. And then every Tom, Dick, and Harry will know right where I live. Don't want that. Don't want some crazy ending up at my house in the middle of the night or something. But anyways, let's get going here. 4,000 miles. I can't hardly believe it. I'm about, let me see, about 20 days ahead of my H8 at this point of the year. So in that sense, it looks really good that maybe I'll make my goal this year, which is 15,000 miles. But we'll see. All right, well, I think I got it figured out. Had to restart my route several times, but to get this app to work right, it kept starting me over. And when you can half see in the sun, it's really rough. But I think we got to go now. It says I have 47 miles left, which would be about right. So hopefully it's taking me where I want to go. It's always my fear, end up someplace else and not enough battery to get home. It's about 72 out here, I think, today. So it's not as hot as it has been. Well, we'll see if my terriers come out here. If they're outside, they'll be out here. No, looks like they're not out today. They run right along the road. Oh, there they are. They weren't fast enough today. They weren't fast enough today. Probably sleep underneath that porch and heard me talking, and so they took off. But yeah, I haven't had no problems at all with the bike. Probably my biggest grief is I could never figure out the trip odometer. And the fact that the tires are wearing out extremely fast. I can usually get 4,000 or 5,000 miles on the rear tire and about 10,000 miles on the front. And I got 28, I think, on the back, and it was getting kind of bald, so I changed it. And now we're at 4,000 on the front. And it's beginning to look like it's going to be needing it here real soon. So as soon as I can get a day where my back isn't hurting real bad. And today we're riding in PAS number 6, and which is about 30 miles an hour, which is a nice, respectable speed that keeps me engaged and I don't get bored. couple of throttle only range tests because I wanted to let my back rest for a day or two. And it was real interesting. You'll have to go check them out. I did it on 5 and 6 throttle only, and on 5, boy, I was really surprised. Yeah, I'm down here in the bottoms, and you can see the corn grows really good down here. Right here it kind of flooded, so it didn't grow good right there, but most of the corn really tall. This is all flooded down here too, but it looks like a good majority of the corn is going to make it. Yep, up here the water was over the road all the way to the point I turned around. Someone in the comments said it was only an inch or two deep, and no, it's about 1.5 or 2 feet deep, right down in this little gully here. No way I'm going through that. I have a handlebar stem, adjustable handlebar stem on order, and it's supposed to come today, so I may try to put that on here today. See what that's like. I'm having to reach. I just got a notification saying that my order has been delivered, so it should be there when I get back. So be able to put that on today. But anyways, I'm having to reach. I ride usually one-handed and just kind of lightly handle the handlebar because it puts me in the right position that I want to be in. And so I thought, well, I would try a handlebar extension and we'll see how that goes. Well, I think that's 4,000 if I can see it right. 4,000 miles. I had planned today to go around this route the back way, but can't get this app to cooperate. Only wants to go this one way, so I guess that's the way I go today. All things work together for good, I guess. Kind of frustrating, you know. You should be able to just push a button and say go around the other way, but as far as I can see, there ain't no way. You got to go in and replan the whole thing and reverse it and save it as a new route, which is pretty pathetic if you ask me, but that's what we'll do. We'll just ride this way today. Well, there's what we have left, 37.4 miles. Actually kind of feels a little cool out here today. After riding in the heat in the 70s, it feels kind of cool. But never fear, next week it's going to be in the 90s. So yeah, the other day I tried to do this route backwards and I added some extra roads onto it and got back to where there's some roads that were flooded and said water over the road, but it had went down enough so I could get through. But it started raining, and so I rode way over there, and I thought, man, I'm just going to head home, and I ended up riding 42 miles in the rain, and it was in the 60s, so that was not fun. I got soaked all the way through, and I said to myself, that wasn't one of my better rides. I thought I had planned it right. I looked at the radar, and it looked like the rain was going to stop, and all of a sudden it started and it just rained the whole time. So it turns out I could have rode 8 more miles and I'd have done my whole route as it was anyway. So I thought I was really cutting my ride short and heading straight for home, but I was at the furthest point away. So anyway, I went from there. It was a long ways to home. Yeah, my GPS, whenever I plan this way, it wants to take me down this road here. And when it goes back there a little bit and ends, it used to go all the way through, but they abandoned it over there. So you'd think that the GPS would be a little smarter than that. So my route will show that I'm off the route. Won't show me nothing until I get back on the route. We'll go 2 or 3 miles up here and then we'll be back on the route again. So my miles on the app is not going to be anywhere near as accurate as it could be. But that's life, I guess. The other day I was riding through here and had a deer come out right next to me. The road ran right along the road with me, and I was watching it, and it crossed in front of me, and then I heard in the woods along the side, and I looked, and there was another one. I said, you stay over there. Well, you can see the wind's blowing pretty strong there. Pretty strong. The other day when I did the throttle only, I thought, this is going to be boring, just riding. But it actually wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad at all. It's just nice to be out and about, see the scenery. Helps when you change it up a little bit and don't go the same way all the time. Hell, I figured he'd come out today. Yeah, that dog's gonna run out with a car coming the other way or something and gonna get hit. I try to be on the lookout for it so I can point him out to a car if one's by me or not. Yeah. Well, I had a truck follow me for probably 8 or 10 miles. All these back roads. I thought, man, I turned finally. Finally did. Got 26 miles left. We're still showing white on the battery. I usually, whenever I first see red, that's when in my mind, I figure I used up my first battery. And it's been pretty accurate, so long as I'm past the halfway point when I first see red, I'm usually okay. But I really love going down these roads. You can see, this is like a major highway. I mean, I wouldn't say a major highway, but it's a state highway. And I think I've only seen a UPS truck on it once. And that's it, I've never seen any more vehicles. So it's not very well traveled anyway. Of course, when you live in the boonies, that's what happens, I guess. And there you go, there's my first red. And as it just turned back. So yeah, we're past halfway, or right at halfway right now. So we should be fine. It is pretty windy, a lot windier today than what I had anticipated. So hopefully this DJI mic works. I got my new windsock and I ordered a new windsock, and it seems to be more dense than the original one, so maybe it'll be better at blocking out the wind. Yeah, this has a micro USB plug, and I use it to plug into my phone because this phone here has a very weak battery. It's my wife's old phone, and but it charges it up while I ride. When I get done, it'll be 100%, so it's strong enough to charge up your phone all the way. And then I use my 360 here, and I got this solar bank here that I leave in here all the time, so it charges up in between the rides that I'm not recording. And so that keeps that all the way charged. I don't know how well that will have charged that. My 360 wasn't charged all the way, so we'll see how it does. See if we're still going by the end. But as you can see, it's real beautiful through here. And got a nice little hill here to go down. So we'll take advantage of it and just coast. And hope the lawnmower don't shoot something out at us. Well, I wonder if this dog will come out. Oh, there he is. He's already there. Already there, just waiting for me. Well, 15.5 miles left. You can see how well the corn's doing. Yeah, I was worried because it said road closed. This is toward the end of my route, and I don't know if I'd have enough juice to go around, but well, there's what we got left. Yeah, it kind of spooked me a little bit back there, that road closed. I was recording my 360 footage, and yeah, but we was able to get through. Otherwise, I did go like 5 miles around, and I don't know. I'd probably make it though. Yeah, I'll have to remember next time I go this way to make sure it's open. Go around this way. Yeah, I got 9 miles left, and It started blinking, but it's come back on now to a solid. But usually you can go 7, 8, 10 miles when it starts to blink. So don't think that when it starts to blink that you're almost out. I mean, you need to pay attention, of course, but still got quite a ways yet. And it'll blink and then it'll stop blinking and it'll keep doing that. So, well, it's 6 miles. You can see we're blinking really good there. But I still think we'll make it. Yeah, 2.32. And the neat thing about this, I've never had these go all the way dead, either one of my Philodos. They're programmed so they'll just keep taking away your power. So you'll just keep getting slower and slower and slower, and eventually it'll be all you. 39.90 when we started, so that'd be 53 miles. Alrighty, well, that was a nice ride. 53, we got 4,000 miles on this. And yeah, a little bit ahead of where I was with the H8, so I'm right on schedule. And so stay tuned. And I think my handlebar riser came today, so I'll be putting that on. So we'll see how that turns out. So stay tuned. All right, goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.